Okay, it's May 22nd, 1999, and we're getting ready to give David Laurie his project back and all the pieces that go along with it. Basically spare parts and pieces and whatnot. First thing I wanted to show is this book here. This is a book that has the complete engine sheet in his bike, what we put in it for pieces and parts and whatnot. The cost sheet, which tells exactly how much money David put into the bike, how much change he's got coming back, every invoice and everything that's there. It's all right here in one paper. Cam installation and pieces and parts, belt drive system with all the part numbers and everything to make it helpful for him later on. S&S carburetor with the end jetting system that we use. S&S oil pump. Hydraulic cap units that we purchased for it. This engine's got a lot of new parts in it. Cycle electric DGV 5000 generator. This is some paperwork that was previously, the lower end had been done at TP Cycle and Engineering out in Danbury, Connecticut. And this is just some paperwork that goes along with it. Some outfit by the name of Magnum Services out of Trumansburg. And so that's just paperwork that goes along with all that. Some miscellaneous paperwork that David had brought me at one point. And then we've got a bunch of pictures and whatnot of the bike as it went through the procedure, and some other papers on stuff that have been done to it. So that's pretty much all there. Now real quick, I want to make sure that we know that right here's the keys for the new ignition system, and we running the engine with Golden Spectral 20W50, a synthetic blend engine lubricant specifically for motorcycles. Harley-Davidson semi-synthetic tranny lube in the transmission. The primary drive has got a belt drive, so there's no lubrication necessary there. The clutch is dry, so until he gets real good with the clutch, he'll have fun squatching that baby. Some of the miscellaneous pieces that were turned in today: front crash bars, handlebars. Stuff's all bent and rusted. Two rims, which are totally rusted. Clutch baskets, inside and out. Miscellaneous parts and pieces, nuts, bolts, hardware, oil filter, air filter. Most of this stuff is trashed. Old floorboards that are rusted beyond what I call serviceable repair. Old exhaust system pieces that he wanted back. Fender tips, fender trim. Miscellaneous linkages and whatnot. Tin cans for the front forks. Inner primary, generator, covers, coils, regulators. Most of this stuff is trash, but he wanted it back, and I'm glad to give it back to him. So there's that. Now, once I get the bike washed, we'll take some final footage of that before it leaves. It's running pretty good. I put about 120 miles on it. It runs pretty fair. It is a little bit of a hard starter, but I think until you know the procedure to start it, you're going to have fun starting it. So there's that end of it. The date's May 22nd, 1999. David Laurie's 1954 Pan is just finishing up, and his friend Mark from Montour Falls is here to pick it up. And I just showed Mark running down the road. I was showing him how I ran down the road on it, and I've put about 120 miles on it. There's a complete build sheet on this thing. Wouldn't you know it, I'm running out of tape. Complete build sheet on this thing. And hey Mark, could you step in real quick? Into the film here real quick. I'm running low on tape.
Yeah, no problem.
Anyway, Mark, I just wanted to get your opinion. Is there anything you see visually on the bike that you don't like?
Well, I've given it a few minutes, and it looks to be a very fine job, Tony.
Thank you. No scratches, no nicks?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay. How many miles are on it, Mark, right now?
The speedometer's showing a considerable amount of mileage.
39,500.
Correct.
that is the original mileage. I did not reset the speedometer when I restored it.
Beautiful.
I did not reset the speedometer because I don't agree with that. I feel that the bike's got 39,000 miles on it. That's what the speedometer should show. Just because we redid the motorcycle doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, the speedometer should be brought back to zero.
Perfect.
So anyway, that's my theory. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know.
I can't wait to see Dave's face when he lays his eyes on this beauty.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. And we're going to load it in the back of a truck here in a few minutes, and it's off to Rhode Island.
Absolutely. You wouldn't be calling me if I hadn't already been the super worker, laborer / helper.
Okay. I hope Dave has a good time with it. It certainly was a project. This bike came here in the back of a Ford Taurus Wagon in about 50 boxes. So I hope he has a good time with it. I hope he enjoys it. It's his first tank shift Panhead, and hopefully it will treat him right. It certainly was a treat to build. And that's the end.